There he goes, 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 there he goes.
Hey y'all, welcome to today's fishing trip. Yeah, we'll try it right here first. Get it set up. The water's pretty clear right in here. I really would like to be on the edge of those weeds over there, I think. Get our anchor set up first. Let's see here. Right now. All right, y'all, hopefully I'm fixing to show you an easy way to catch a lot of fish. Here's what I'm going to use today. I've got a B&M Black Widow rod. This is an extendable rod. It's only about 4 foot, like this right here. It's got a little stopper in there right there. Your line is wrapped up around this little keeper right here. And this rod extends out to 13 feet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fish the edge of these weeds out here and hopefully catch some nice fish. You can pick these things up right here for like, I think they're right at $30, something like that. And man, I'm telling you, you can fold them up and put them in your car, in your truck. And you going down the road and see a fishing hole, man, you got your rod and you got your stuff and you can get out and get fishing. So it's very simple and it's a lot of fun. So I love doing it. I've got 17-pound line on this rod and it's tied to the very end of it out there. And I've got me a bobber stopper, a rubber bobber stopper. I hope you can see that right there on the line. And I've got a slip cord, okay? Got a little split shot right there just to kind of weight the bait down some. And I've got me a treble hook right there. It's a number 6. And we're gonna see if we can't catch some catfish with it. And one of the first things I'm gonna do is I wanna try to set this depth correctly on my bobber here. So I'll set it out there. Oh boy, I see some big old carp. I'm gonna set it out there and I'm gonna pull it up and adjust this stopper until it gets on the bottom. Set it out there. Let's see what happens here. I want it to be on the bottom, and then I'm going to raise that stopper down just a little bit. I'm going to pull it down, not raise it, until it lifts that float up off the bottom. It's pretty close right there, I think. Now what I got here is some Gary's whew, big cat cheese. And let me tell you, oh goodness, the aroma coming off of that, I tell you what, is something special. I'm gonna take this stick right here, I'm gonna push it down in this stuff, and I'm gonna kind of dab it around there on that so that it stays in that hook. I'm gonna pull it up, and it's got just enough bait on there to really add a bunch of stink to the water out there. Let's see here what we can, see if we can find us one. Not sure how long it'll take. We'll give it a little bit and see if we can get some bites. If we can't, we'll move to another place. I think I got it a little too deep. That wind kind of shifted around and got us off of those weeds. I kind of want to be right on the edge of them, really. This time of year, which is the spring, here on this lake, those catfish will start feeding on vegetation. When you clean them, they'll have a lot of vegetation inside of them. And my theory is that they know when those little freshwater shrimps and little worms and things like that get in those weeds, because they will flat be eating that stuff. And I think they must absorb the protein from the little shrimp and the little worms and things like that. They must absorb it through their body, and then they just pass the grass. But every spring you'll catch them, they'll have a bunch of grass inside of them. If it's a grassy lake like this one typically is, it usually has some shoreline vegetation. I may have to get up in the front of the boat here so that I can reach the shallower water here. That wind should drift that scent, help with some current and drift that scent down them weeds right there. And hopefully it's going to bring some fish in. Being that it's blowing out of the north, you never know. It's not what I would choose to fish for sure. But you go when you can, right? I make this bait here myself. It's just a dip bait, a cheese bait. And I tell you what, it works some kind of good. And it makes catfishing easy. You can catch a mess of fish in just no time. And you don't have to be in the boat like I am. You can walk down the bank. I don't recommend casting the stuff, to be honest with you, because it'll sling off. Well, if you use a long rod like this, say you were walking along the bank right over there, you could just dab this thing along the edges and catch all you want, especially this time of year. I used to fish like this with chicken blood when I was a kid. Except for I didn't use a rod like this. I had a regular old cane pole that I cut out of the woods. And I caught many a catfish with that thing. If you'd like to see a video on how I did it, just leave a comment down in the comment section and I'll see about doing it. Show you how I cut the pole, picked the pole, what it looks like before and after, all that kind of good stuff. Uh-oh, one's got it. He's messing with it. He's got it.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
Look at that. Man, I tell you what, they're eating it. Golly, they're eating it quick. Now let's get him back in there. Don't take long to have a mess of them that stink the skillet up. Not having to wait too much today. I got a secret on how to make a spot like this a whole lot better. And it ain't really a secret, it's just something that I do, I guess, but we'll have to share that in another video maybe. I didn't have time to do it today, so I just came out here and picked a spot. Something that looked good, and years past it's worked out pretty good, so we doing pretty good so far. We got 2 fish in about 10 minutes. That beats a sharp sticking knife for sure. Oh, look at here. That didn't even get down. It didn't even get down good. Hey, that's a better one there. Look at him. See, you see that belly? That belly's full on that fish. And look at here. You can kind of tell, maybe, you can kind of tell that there's some grass coming out of the bottom of him right there. And I almost bet you, I can feel it. That belly's full of them weeds. Not a bad little catfish. Good eating size, man. I'm telling you, they're starting to bite fast now. This bait's so good in my opinion. When they hit it, it knocks that bait off. And when it knocks that bait off, it just disperses it in the water. So the scent, especially like now, there's a little bit of breeze blowing down these weeds. That scent off of that bait can drift down through there. And I feel like that's one of the keys that makes that bait so good. Now I know this may sound hard to believe, may think I'm just pulling your leg, but I've had customers, I don't care if I got 2 or 3 or 4, however many, they catch their limit doing this in just a couple hours a piece, each one of them. So we catch 75, 50, 100, however many people go, because it's fast action, especially if you got a little bit of weeds like this and you got a little bit of breeze blowing down the bank. You can make some short work of it. Nobody should ever go hungry, that's for sure. That's the little guy there. Hey, be still. Well, you don't want to be still. We'll get hold of him with this. We'll get him back in there. I mean, we're catching them fast. And it gets better and better the more and more scent that you get out in there of that bait. It gets better and better. I mean, I'll have it to where it's as soon as you can get a cork down in there, especially if you got 3 or 4 people fishing in the same little spot, as soon as it gets in there, it's gone, because it just brings in schools of those catfish. One hit it, he laid it over. Look, you see how fast he can chase that thing down? Open your mouth, boy. This is some fast action right here. It's the middle of the day. Let me see what time it is. 2:01. And they'll bite mornings, evenings, midday. It don't matter. There he is. Oh, I missed that one. Oh, I wish you could see in the water the cloud of all that cheese that come off right there. And then it would give you a good idea of what I was talking about when you miss one and it just, or you catch one and it all goes scattering about through the water. And that really helps bring them in right there, because all it is scent. There's nothing for them to eat. They just got the scent, so they keep looking. Set it on back there. It's really fun with this limber rod too, because man, they can really pull on this thing. And you got them on a short leash, just with that 13-foot line out, 13-foot rod. There he goes, look at there. Oh, we got it off. Oh, shoot. Caught me counting my change. Gotta be a big one out there somewhere. There he goes. Oh, he come down. Man, what's going on here? Let's see. Come on now, big girl. There he goes. Look at that. As soon as it hit, look at there. That's what I was talking about. That's one of them better ones. There he comes. Oh. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Come here, you. There we go. Look at this, how fat the belly is on this one. He's full of that grass I was telling you about. Look at that. Plumb full of it. That's a nice one right there. Nice channel cat right there, buddy. Let's get him back in there. And I've caught them up to 10 or 15 pounds on this thing too. On this rod and on that cheese. So it ain't just for the little ones, but it'll, if you're in a bind and you hungry, that's the way to go right there. There he goes, there he goes.
There he goes, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes.
That's a good one right there. There we go. That's a good one right there. See, they're getting bigger the longer we stay here. Hey, quit all that twisting. Not a bad little fish. Getting back in the lake. Move just for giggles to show y'all that it works all over and that I didn't just have a spot ready. As you can see, that's some pretty fast action, but I'm gonna go to another spot just to show you that it works in other places of the lake and it's not just one particular area. One thing to remember is the wind is your friend in this type of fishing. And so I see some wind blowing over here on this side. I mean, you can look right here right now and it's kind of slick out this way. But if you look back over there, you might be able to see some ripples where the wind's blowing down that bank. It's just a little bit, but that's plenty to make that scent travel down that bank and bring them old catfish in. So we're gonna get over there and see if we can't catch a few more. Oh yeah, this looks fishy here. You can see them weeds coming off this little point right over here. Yeah, I like it. It's even got a little mud line coming off of it from where the wind was blowing over. I don't know if you can see that yet. Uh-oh, I don't want to get too close. Now, let's see if we can't catch us some in here. Yeah, I bet you this is gonna be good. Don't have like the wind I like, but it does have a little bit kind of blowing into the back of this pocket right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get over here on the upwind side. I'm gonna get it right in here and position my boat where I can float that bait right here at the edge of these weeds, right here on the edge of this point. See if we got some catfish maybe working their way up through here, kind of coming into this mud line going out across here. First place I was going to, around the corner yonder, dang, it was 3 boats on it. I don't guess anybody works on Mondays no more. Them dang power poles would be nice if I had some of them to put out. Whoa. It sure would help. Let's see how long it takes to get a bite in here. Let's see. It's 2:36. I'll put it down a little deeper maybe. I didn't check my depth like a dummy when I got here. Well, we had to have a battery change, so doggone it, my count's gonna be messed up. I didn't want to have my bait in the water and the clock running and the camera not on. There he goes. There he goes. There he is. Okay. Let's look. Hurry. Hurry. 241. It was 236 when I dropped it in. 241 when we got us a fish, and I had my battery go down, had to change that and took it out of the water. That's how good this stuff works. And look at here. If you can see, that's the vegetation I was telling you about right there. Good eating size fish right there. Let's get it back. As fun as this is, I love trying to catch big ones. And I love running jug lines and trot lines and things like that. And I think I'm going to do some jug line fishing here pretty soon. If you are interested in anything like that, comment below. And I'll see if I can't make that happen pretty soon, because I done got my little so-called jugs ready. They're pretty interesting. I'd like for you to see what they are. Look at him go! Holy shoot, I can't even get through talking. Dadgummit. Oh, he come off. All right, before we was rudely interrupted by that fish, they're not jugs. They're cylinder, circles, slash, flat, something or another like that. And they're really cool. I've had them about 20 years. And I tell you what, they work well, and it's very fun. If it's a workout if they're biting good, because man, they get all over them. But if you'd like to see something like that, just comment below and I'll definitely make that happen soon. Well, y'all, I caught those 2 there real quick. I know you don't want to see me catch 100 of them, so I guess I'll move on. But I hope you got some benefit out of this video. That cheese bait is hard to beat. I mean, I've had customers using shad right beside the cheese, and the cheese outfished the shad. I mean, it's unbelievable. I hope you can use these tips to help you catch more fish. I'm gonna head to the house. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for joining me.